Добрый всем день. Текс. У нас какое-то количество диска Elysium. Продолжаем проходить. Третий день там у нас.
Хардкор!
Третий день. 4 навыка. Трепет до 12 вкачали, сумрак 8. Авторитетик, наверное, дальше будем давить. Потихонечку. Так, мы вроде с классе уже можем поговорить. Да. Татуировки. Регистрацию надо будет журнал почитать. Окей. Шлюз в 7:30, да? Сейчас надо сбегать сразу. Так, там не появилось.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom.
А так?
A mirror hangs on the...
Понял. Доброе. Тихо, что там?
In the morning light, the white on blue police livery. Do something important? Something even at a standstill. The unibody Caprice Kanema. Look, someone has waxed it recently.
Круто.
You want to take a closer look? 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
7.2. Supercharged. Yes.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it.
Sorry, I'm not following.
Lingo it up.
Занизить бы тачку на стольник другой миллиметров.
No. That's porno tuning.
Use bigger words.
Громадный комплект надува на крыше. Исполинский.
That's short for pornography.
Порнография совсем другое.
That's a negative on the porno.
No one in the history of convictions has been more sure of anything.
Окей. Ну, мы попытались. Там можно было другие варианты потыкать. Но в целом, наверное, и так нормально. Так, 7:36, блин, из-за этой машины опаздываем открывать шлюз. Да что ж такое? А, и визуальный анализ-то мы тут так и не прокинули в итоге. Ну, нет и нет.
A rusting control panel. You grab the handle and pull the lever. The water lock starts moving.
Okay, if we ever need to get to the coast, then
Focus on one thing.
Так, поехали к классе. Вообще журнал можно быстренько изучить.
It's the ledger you found in an aluminium block. The surface isn't. Looks like an official mark.
what? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to our It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, might
How many years you've been on your kill count? Yours will surely have your kill count.
any capable light with the right wavelength. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal.
This means you can read the watermarks,
Okay,
while a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your...
Так, go тогда. Откроем.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
all right. Ready? I turn.
The dashboard lights up, like a leopard waking from its sleep. Yawning and roaring. That sound, you feel the wind in your hair as if down a narrow street lined with shabby wooden houses, the 881 motor tract coiling like a serpent high up the valley of dogs, and before it, a familiar dome, like a ladybug without the colors. The building has a designated parking place for your carriage. This is Precinct 41, as close as you have to home now. The lights unfold with a little click.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done.
TX.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the...
There she is.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet a rat brazenly darts past you and disappears amongst the stopped lorries. In the middle of a broken plaza, in a cone of light, barely visible in the daytime.
И кто этот грузный?
One slim, the other sturdy. They are on the city stage, but only one of them knows his lines.
Так, кстати.
Ah, Martinez. Let me see. Right here.
Наверняка видел места и
Oh,
похоже.
yes.
All of them worse than here. There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows. The first row has 18 dots. Not bad for what? The next is the longest. There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150.
В прошлый раз
At
можно было
least,
точно посчитать.
Maybe even 2. The last row has 3 That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM.
Son, here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
Откуда я знаю?
Fair point. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Call it what you want. You were right. Those are your confirmed kills.
Confirmed kills. That sounds pretty evil. A drink would soften that feeling.
Что, может выпить?
Definitely not.
Да блин.
For an RCM officer, there are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to but it seems as though you are, or at least were.
He's sincerely glad you're not a scary predator. Not to say relieved you're competent.
Yes. Everyone has their own method of cope. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Par exemple, why not take up a sport? You've already got that fan gear.
Да еще нету, еще только 2 части.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Может, как это, плеснуть маленько?
If you want to pour out the booze you've been carrying around on duty, I'm certainly not going to stop you.
Вылить? Ну, давай.
A dark pool of cheap wine appears at your feet. It shimmers in the lights of the Kanema.
Ну, ладно.
Honorably done. You have given up some of your own blood for theirs.
Давай так.
Very noble of you. Are we done here?
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page, to the right of the task description.
Так. Что у нас? 20 коммунистов, нифига себе. Когда я коммунистам накидал? Я же вроде роялиста там отыгрывал, нет? Ну ладно.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers. They're not exactly white. Yet once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, case files, work, strife, poverty, the Grimrock quarter. What do you mean? Is that all? The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this, judging by the creases on your forehead and the lines on your cheeks. Too much more. Going back years, decades even. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each, yes, all caps. Others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in an unexpected location. And you like this grimy murdering, don't you? It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM. Right after the revolution, when the again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the whole. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a strip. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash-free. Inspect the victim's body. Get the body down. Interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. And a fuck you to you too. That last one cuts a slash right through the paper. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality.
No, actually. Any ideas?
Ну, он соглашается на повешенного, вроде только остальные тут не вариант. Ну, давай.
Great. That's great. That's like I'm going to start calling it the hanged man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Something rattles inside, and something small inside. Light. The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. There's pain in there, if you want some. That much you know. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board. Arson, petty theft, spap. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. 3. The topmost are misconduct fine, a monetary penalization. These are quite sinister in turn. All in a print so small it could a dozen pages of thin copy paper. Bright color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sick. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms, and the rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paper.
Логика -1. Низкие шансы. Так, что-то мы, похоже, тут не будем нифига ознакомливаться. Так. Что-то у меня минус логику дает, по-моему, да? Нет, больше ничего не дает. Плюс логика есть, кстати. Внезапная плюс логика. Плюс 2 логики. Ничего себе, я жгу.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging. Yes, you can piece them together.
6. Я понимаю. Не то, что там 1-1.
It always begins with HDB 41. Then, date of initialization and time of arrival. Why, yes, your precinct number is every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And Harry Dubois, H still feels like there's something missing.
Гарри Дюбуа кто? Так, это потом мы прочтем.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard. The two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned. The slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, without resistance, 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustle. It smells of chewing gum. Exactly like the gum wrapper you found. The same brand of chew. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter. Throw it away, please. A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol. Dustin.
Let go.
А что, может бросить как раз?
Frisson covers your entire body. A feeling of cold.
Или это просто как чувство? То же самое, типа, советует просто не делать. Ну, мы вроде в трепет просто играем. Так-то прочитать не проблема. Давайте послушаем трепет для разнообразия.
No, don't throw away the baggie. There's dust on the drug baggie. It's not good, but at least it's some kind of way to be together. Just like that, the wind picks it from your fingers. Cold, they let go. The wax paper rustles, a whisper light and low. A small piece of paper dances above Martinez, above slow waves crashing the shore, and the war-torn houses, and the new bâtiments nouveaux alike, and above the distant streets and the 881, even above the old fish market and the church. Synapses can be rerouted. The mind takes a new shape, not for yourself, for the people of Revachol, Under Precinct 41, where typewriters fire long into the night, and officers walk the great steps and the bridge, long after the card has landed in the cold shore waters, its writing dissolved, material disintegrated.
Строчки исчезли с бумаги.
The wind carries the keepsake away from you, to the southwest. The pale violet dot disappears. No, you should not have thought back at it.
Едкое эхо, новая мысль так получается, нифига себе.
The ledger of oblivion-induced mental health is just as shabby as the damaged ledger was. A bunch of sodden...
The Ledger of Oblivion is a special item that can be used both as an interactable and a tool equipped in your hand for skill bonuses.
Прикольно.
Find it under the Tools tab in your...
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move. It's slightly, ever so slightly. Your hand shakes. You're flushed with adrenaline.
Окей, материал дела потом будем читать. А что у нас тележурнал дает? А то же самое, погодите. Авторитет, внушение. А, нет, подождите, нет, не то же самое. Или то же самое. Не, по-моему, он давал минус авторитет плюс внутреннюю империю, а теперь плюс авторитет минус внутренняя империя. Интересно. Ну, плюс авторитет это нам нормально заходит. Немножечко левелов. Можно самообладание, наверное, взять. Ну так-то все, блин, синие проверки, у которых у меня нету нифига. Не знаю, технику еще какую-то. Так, надо взять мысль точно. Едкое эхо новое. Интересно, что это? Плюс сила воли, мощный ход, 10 часов. Отличное решение, выбросить клочок бумаги и уйти прочь. Сказать, не сегодня, темная тварь. Мне нужны твои подарки на память, неинтересно. Позволить прошлому рассыпаться и чернила смоет Салиф Мартинеса. С тебя хватит. Не скручивает живот от ужаса, не сдавливает горло едкая нехватка воздуха. Не потерял ничего невероятно ценного, слишком ценного, чтобы это назвать. У тебя осталось говно на палке. Тебе лишь нужно удержать его в равновесии, и все будет хорошо. Прикольно. Самообладание не лишнее, все равно будет. Па-па-па-па-па-пам.
Officer! Ah. God damn it. It's a Bell McGrave. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. I'm not surprised. As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. This BM446 is...
Still.
Anything else I can assist you with?
Ничего. Когда-нибудь... Ну, надо сегодня, кстати, прокидывать. Он вроде на 4-й день сваливает. Ну, либо на 4-й, либо на 5-й. Проблема в том, что я точно не помню. Ну да ладно. Так, класс Е. Лизия что-то говорит.
I've got nothing to say to you. I am not
You could be, Liz.
even a mod.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Ты симпатичная.
The cold look in her eyes speaks louder.
Ну а чё она симпатичная?
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling
Уже
height
время,
window.
смотрите, видите?
The hawthorn branches. There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open.
Huh? I don't know about that.
Sorry, fuck. I'm gonna in.
With a loud thud. The key is brass.
Come on, man.
I'm tired of listening to your shit. Don't thank me. I don't give two shit.
Didn't even know it was there. Boy, no idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have...
It could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door.
Легкая.
It's you again. What is it? A witness? You. That's just contacti status. Net well.
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he is surprised.
Yeah, right. Like we wouldn't know if an MI plant would. I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. The last copper.
It's you assholes that feel.
Yeah. It's like they put.
Arab guy?
Well, yeah. What is those flaccid MI?
It means the whole scene was long.
What is this fella's pro?
Shanky. It's Shanky, right?
You don't know.
I know you are lying, Shanky.
You didn't break this wagon fort, but you did manage to rattle the people inside.
Some
Ну, это, видимо, на
witness.
проверку влияет.
I pulled the.
You don't have to go to school for
You're doing a hell of a job.
Okay, maybe it doesn't feel like this did anything to them, but they have to be
Привет. Так, можно сначала сюда пойти, либо сначала с классе поговорить. Ну, пойдем сначала с классе поговорим.
The door is closed.
Who is it?
This is the police.
Come on up.
Sounds like it's coming from.
Самообладание, наверное, оставлю. Ну так оставимся.
This medicine cabinet, it's been used quite a lot. Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill.
Anything of note?
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol.
An opioid receptor antagonist. It's used for diamorphine overdose.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gottwaldian. Marked red blister. A bright orange bottle.
6-6 второй раз
stamped
подряд.
to it in sunny, happy letters. And your chest swells with pride. Look, it's made right here in Revachol by San Baptiste, a proud Revacholian pharmaceutical company with great traditions. It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Я вот не помню, если отойти и потом вернуться, он тут останется еще. Ну, типа я бы хотя бы технику, ну, либо без кима сюда приходить брать, либо технику надеть, либо 72 кинуть. Либо еще технику вкачать.
Silently, the bottle slides into your palm. Then, as you turn, feel so sleek and beautiful. You got it. Here comes the afterburner. Time to become a super detective.
Супер детектив. Плюс моторика, плюс психика. -1 боевой дух. Интересно. В целом... Так, нет, стоп. Можно поюзать. Опа, что это? Старается не смотреть на сломанную дверь в ванную. Ну и не смотри. Старается он.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, a mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it,
Давай попробуем.
now that you've acquired some stimulants, it's time for a little pick-me-up.
Кима
Time to
расстроит.
detect. It will make you into more than that. A mega cop. See? That's your problem. A lack of confidence. Speed can help you with that. And it's not ideal, no. But you need the zeal. Let's face it, you're never going to finish this case without cheating.
Ну, расстроит, что поделать.
You raise the Prectile bottle, press one nostril closed, and inhale furiously with the other. The rush is almost immediate. It tastes bitter and caustic, and stings a bit inside your nose.
Так, мегакоп.
Now the taste is slowly receding into your throat. The rush is growing in intensity. Your little heart pounding like a... Whoa, this shit is strong. This shit is disco. Time for a little truth. Tell the lieutenant you did some. Clear the air.
Разряди обстановку.
To this. You kidding? There are downsides to not. There are massive downsides. It's a potent neurotoxin. You're turning yourself into a frayed idiot.
Я не верю, что надо говорить Киму об этом. Наркотики, если что, осуждаем, но тестим просто прохождение.
Spring, spring. Everything is clear around you.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's a speed button. Speed gives +1 to motoric skills. Perception, reaction speed, hand-eye coordination, savoir-faire, interfacing, and composure. This is good before a white check, but damages your morale.
Не одноразовый. Нет, не одноразовый, подождите, еще осталось применение, все нормально.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned. The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you handle the chain cutters deftly. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
Секунду. Электрохимия.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's still not happening. It won't come off.
Так. Есть, короче,
He
мысль...
also tries not to look at the pile of tape viscera on the carpet. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape and not to send any of the... Where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here. He nods.
Не, ну как бы сори, да? Ну что? Немножко развалили.
No problem, officer.
Короче, можно пока под спидами сбегать к Киму. Ой, к Киму, в смысле к этому. Во-первых, к Рене, во-вторых, к... Да выходи, выходи. К Куна. О, смотрите-ка, открылись сразу проверочка. Тихо.
The sight of bullet holes stirs something in you, making you the faded marks are too...
Where? There? Those are old. Yes, the one that happened have it. Not much.
Ну, дайте экспы.
The purity of snow.
Ну, вообще надо до классе успеть. Пока под этими штучками.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a fuck about anything. Kuno doesn't...
Да-да-да, Куна doesn't Не уверен, правда, что у меня что-то на эмпатию есть.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad? Kuno doesn't give a...
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around. And he's been here for some time too. This is where he hangs out. You have to get more out of him. He could be useful.
Fuck no! Kuno, they've all... Ease off, see? Kuno always takes the bullet over the hammer. Kuno doesn't...
Он. Ладно, самообладание туда ставим.
This window is smooth as ice. There are following your lead. The lieutenant.
Looks like it, yes.
The same small, heavy door. No lock. It's barred from the inside. Sounds like it's heavy too. Very sturdy.
Новичок, эксперт. А чё, может, реально просто выбьем нахрен?
I don't know. It is not the first closed door we found it. I don't know. The further we get...
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton, a dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from it.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant. I hate it when that happens.
Так, сейчас выбьем потом. Чтобы я помнил, что там надо. Скорость реакции или координацию. Привет, Михаил. Диска нет, без модов, чистая. Просто на хардкоре. А может на восприятие там? Хрен его знает. Так, го так попробуем.
Just as you look at the flowers, a gust of wind raises them from the roof, picking them up in the air.
Ну что, я могу позволить себе еще кинуть в координацию? Чуть левела не хватает.
You catch a single white flower between your fingers. The rest fly off into the wind.
В прошлый раз не схватили.
The young woman looks at the Maybell in your... The lieutenant gives you an acknowledging little nod.
Так, потом повзаимодействуем, пока действует 43 минуты, еще надо поговорить. Самообладание, восприятие и... Электрохимия. Не видела раньше такого. Кима как переделал. Первое прохождение на хардкоре было, и мы прошли. И за хардкор дается курточка черная. Как мне сказали.
Welcome to the roof.
Her hair is still slick. Below her silvery jumpsuit, an athletic young body, built
молодое
long
спортивное
and
тело.
lean, then toned over several years of self-defense training. You can see
I'm sorry for the mess down there. The cleaning lady hasn't come by in days. I'm beginning to wonder if she ever will. It's much nicer now.
Ну, скипаем то, что видели, плюс-минус.
where the dead body used to hang, clearly visible.
Thank you for that, officers.
There is something in her light brown eyes, a sadness.
Oh, yes. Legends of room number 1 have made their way around the building. They say a portal to hell has opened in there. They also say that's why the cleaning lady quit.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi. I'm a...
Have I ever? This is the biggest fan of ostentation. Oh yeah. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Я ведь полицейский уи-уи-уиу. Смешно. Ну, я держусь.
I can see that.
Miss, we are investigating the murder.
Huh. I see.
Be careful. Ask something else first. When you go, no need to dilly-dally. She's tough.
Спасибо, тренер, но думаю, в этот раз посюсюкаю. Давай, к делу.
Good on you, boy. She can take it.
Ну, поехали. Мимо.
Clasier Amondu. Vredefort.
Wasn't the tattoo on the hanged man an Oranese map of the waterways? The thought begins to form in your head, then dissipates.
К татуировкам еще сюда. Прикольно.
A bad memory of lilacs and lightning.
What's so bad about that?
Nothing. If you're no longer there. I'm 28. Something stupid.
Wanna hear what's stupid? Somewhere in a one-room apartment on Boogie Street, a young man shows patrol officers to his partner, Emil Mullins, can't be there. He's in another apartment with another man who's showing him a dead dog under the radiator. He's warm, Mullins replies, because he's under the radiator.
Oranese lit. Oranese literature. It's what I studied at the university. Fear of failure, fear of death.
If that's true, then Revacholian lit would fit you.
Nothing. I do nothing with it. Cool. I've made more money by just being than I have with Oranese lit. Many things. A roller skating instructor.
It's the world's most tired Miss Aranye. Now there is something you should linger.
Не будет ли это
All
неподобающе?
things considered, very. Now linger.
Отлично, так,
It's a
расспросим.
beauty pageant. Held in the year of our century. It's a competition for stupid girls.
Что такое красота?
Men look
Что
at them,
такое
choose the
мужчина?
most
Что
beautiful.
такое женщина?
When you have the fewest deviations from the norm. I've been told it's a type of mediocrity that I possess. Yes. And for that, I got a crown and a sash. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid you can't.
Why is that?
Because it's buried in a sealed plastic bag.
Thank you for your candor.
They say so in your tourist brochure. Keep travel documents away from your person when west of the river. If I were to lie to you, I would come up with a more mainstream name. Look, officers, I like this place, but I don't want to become an indentured servant in a broth. Okie dokie.
If any of this made her nervous, it certainly doesn't show in her.
The record. Yeah, it's pretty deluxe. I'm wintering.
How long have you been
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, here in Martinez, or here in Ravishop. Because it's the funkiest building in Martinez. And because all the other buildings are bombed to hell.
Да, 18 минут. Ну, конечно, дичь какая.
I'm wintering.
How long?
About 4 months. Here in the Whirling, here in... I always wanted to see the only city in the world in the worst time of the year. Thank you. I've put all...
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her. No, don't listen to the stiff. Be cool.
Ну, технически мы вроде как здесь сами юзаем. Ну, это не то, чем стоит гордиться-то.
What did you say? Oh my god. Now it's turning into narcomania. It's... I'm sorry. Comes in handy when you've done too many
Is that something that happens to you often, miss?
Better safe than sorry. Oh, yes. One of my like not being able to stay up for 36 hours. Not being happy. It cures those ailments. It's just a mirrored speed molecule, basically.
Себе немного отсыпал для личного употребления. И зачем мне об этом говорить, если я тайно типа стырил? Даже если там 5 очков опыта дадут.
Very funky. I have no idea, officer. It is.
The lieutenant, he finds the answer unsatisfying.
Okay.
Watching herself reflected in the bedroom window, tall and sparkling and draped in smoke. She looks at the dried petals in you. Chipped white polish covers the nail. It's long and sharp.
Куда
like a
крошится, в
dagger.
смысле?
The petal crumbles on contact.
Pretty. Looks like a dried maybell. Is that the one you caught? Sambo style? Why was there a flower on the roof?
Or an admirer?
Admirers? I'm too old to be a debutante. And this place is no fashionable society. It's a bit early in the morning for rate.
She sounds positively buoyant, vivacious, totally unbothered. She looks around.
It is. It's murderously early. I'm amazed I'm awake. Why am I even awake? Yeah. I'm gonna go with not.
By him, she might.
Tell them it's not my style. They'll have to, you know, if they want to jazz up the charges, they'll have to get someone
Имя-то
more.
парням Харди.
Are you saying that you were asked to tell us you were assaulted?
Not explicitly, but I understood what they meant. It wouldn't hurt to spice things up a bit. Some assault and battery. Sexual assault, maybe. It was clear the latter would be pretty much.
Warming them. She must be very cold and exhausted of this life.
I'm 89% sure. You know how it is.
Do you?
А я знаю. Неудача. Как неудача-то, блин? Сумрак, ты чё? Эх, сумрак, сумрак.
Maybe you don't know.
There are numerous cigarette burns on those silvery scales.
In conclusion, officer, I'm gonna go with a mild to medium not raped here. Let me make this 100% clear.
You get the feeling she's done enough opiates and needed enough nacra to still be flippant if her arm were cut off and fed to her.
We partied.
Типа как я.
With all due respect, sir, I think we partied a little harder than that. Oh, it is. You're still alive.
What did you do?
We drank, sir. A lot.
What else?
Stimulants. Speed also has that effect, making you drink harder.
Whoa, after so much drinking and drugs, how did they manage it?
Untraditionally, officer.
Экзотическими.
She's cold and strange. I'm not picking anything up here. Your imagination starts whirring, whether you want it to or not.
I guess you can say that, yes.
How did you two meet?
Downstairs, at the bar.
She appears aloof, but that scar part,
When was this?
A month ago? Something like that. Oh, yes.
a bitter cringe. He takes a small step closer.
You called us, the RCM.
Yes. I made it. And I would appreciate it if you didn't tell everyone. In Martinez, they call it...
Reporting crimes is confidential in Ravachol, miss.
Because I couldn't handle it anymore. I didn't exactly disguise it. I just muffled with nail clippers.
So, she's Scott's mystery phone cutter.
Did I? Fuck.
Still, that's pretty clever tampering. Simple and clever.
Thanks. I don't know, sir. It was...
Thank you for making the call, miss.
I didn't want to, sir. But if I hadn't, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Not right now. Later, maybe.
I know it's difficult, miss. We can return to it later.
He had something to do with the strike. One has been roiling since I got here.
And his role in this strike was...
I think he was in a security detail.
And they lynched him for it?
She nods.
Bullet? They shot him too?
В смысле, что она делает вид-то?
They stripped his clothes and they shot him?
Фига она.
You mean After they hanged him?
I'm confused. Sorry.
So am I. Were you aware that he had also been shot, miss?
Things are starting to go a little over my head here. I thought he was hanged. I was not present when they did it. I don't know what happened. I just know what they told me. And Sylvie, the bartender.
Я думал, она просто расколется.
It's hard to know what to think about that answer.
Да, с логикой беда. Чё-то пуля в голове никому ничего не говорит, им всем пофиг.
They're frequent guests. Downstairs. Over drinks. A little.
Like you partied with the...
No. Not a...
I'm sorry to have to ask this, but have you had...
I have. Which ones, sir? I don't
Could that have been part of the reason they hanged him?
I hope not. Actually, I know that's not the reason. Men like that? I don't know. It's the way their imaginations work.
She changes balance from one foot to another, crossing her legs. She breathes a silvery sigh.
Should we head by downstairs, officer? We may have things to discuss there.
She nods. Silvery cigarette fumes disappear into her mouth.
Немного... Да реально, блин, пуля дает всего +1, офигеть. Всего лишь +1 на все проверки. Эх. Не помню, у меня вроде ничего там нету на силу воли.
She looks back. Time moves slowly. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs. Nothing. Just time passing. Don't worry. You are not a fool. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. She presses her elbows against her waist and her hair brushes her shoulders, making a small hissing sound. The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Why not? I'll be here.
You made the right call there. I'm talking about your zero tolerance policy toward the mania of narco. You're in the right there. Powerful stance. That's not a problem at all. The more drugs you do, the more zealous you can be in combating them. No, by supporting the traditional tobacco industry, you keep the narco mills in check. If anything, you should smoke more. Tobacco smoke also wards off.
That's good to hear.
Антагонист опиоидных рецепторов. Так, ну-ка. -2 электрохимия. Так, ты очень хорошо это видишь. В темной аллее за чем-то там молодая парочка занимается сексом на магазинной тележке. Глаза налилось крови, мозги поджарились в лапах наркомании. На верхнем этаже офисного здания молодой менеджер высшего звена коротко затягивается косяком, а закатывает глаза. Тоже наркоман, кто-то должен дать этому бой. Миру нужен наркополицейский, миру нужен ты. Не беспокойся, сможешь дальше пить и курить. Это не настоящие наркотики. Понимаю. Ну, давайте посмотрим, что эта мысль дает. Так, пойдемте пнем дверь.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
Ха, изи.
Something cracks inside.
Внутри что-то хрустнуло к меня или двери?
It is an unbelievably satisfying sound,
Nice.
filling you with a belief in your own body.
Sounds like the property damage wasn't in vain, at least. Would it hurt to look in? I don't know about that. Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called hardy boys. Nothing will make them respect the RCM, but it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate this. What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it. If not you, then me. It was a smart move from her. You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusual. The best liars are always forthcoming.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens.
You can barely see through. Better the footprints on the floor, however.
Boring footprints. I want to jump to... You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there.
Интересно, ночью в гласе тоже на крыше?
You clearly see footprints.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new. 3 weeks maximum. It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation. Adding a new... It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left the pattern uniform, horizontal lines.
И в чем разница?
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but no. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me.
Не знаю,
Or some
сама
kind of
обувь
foreign
и
print.
отпечатки именно
Hard to
подошвы имеется в виду,
Still
наверное.
a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet.
А вот и плюс эмпатия. Значит, на пинбол координацию нам надо. А теперь нет ничего про лифт. Раньше там целый диалог, как он работает, не работает, там вот это все.
Over there, in the corner, not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's...
The pinball machine. Gordy's goats. A little.
feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goat get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready. Above the painting of a mustached man climbing the theme of the game is to explore Gord. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the areas around the playfield represents Gordy's club. Indeed, think of them as balls.
Один
It
реал,
takes a while to get into a rhythm. But go, Fingerboy.
I feel sorry for the gods. If they only knew the kind of a guy who uses an avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall. He also hit his wife. But you seem to be having fun.
Причем это устройство и, рассказ про чела.
Your game is definitely improved. Suddenly, a special passage, maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit, isn't easy. The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost impossible. Hit the pads as fast as you can. Maximum attack. Not the amount of focus it takes to predict when a ball goat is in striking range is staggering, but it can be done. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point.
Блин,
but
все-таки
that
скорость
goat
реакции, а
is
не
something
координация.
special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
+1 товарищ националист. Прикол. Кстати, на прошлом тут 3% было, а сейчас аж 58%.
I am. I've seen it before. Played it too. You will eventually make a mistake and then it's all over.
Давай еще скорость реакции добавим. Раз уж. Ну что, давайте. Надо бы. Ну, можно, конечно, по сейфлоу обузить, чтобы посмотреть, что здесь. Можно было по сейфлоу обузить. Ну, хотелось бы, конечно, прокинуть.
With automation like precision, you keep the final goat ball in play, reacting to the tiniest stimuli, floating in the flow state. The fog is clearing, and suddenly the old speaker crackles. Gaudy ball is lit.
Huh?
A panel opens up at the top of the playfield, and a new ball charges downhill. It's larger than the goats and matte black. Cornelius, so violent is its descent, it immediately knocks the last goat into the abyss, then proceeds to bounce all across the board as if carried by. High score, announce the speakers, and the whole machine lights up. Then the flippers retract, leaving a perfect opening for the gaudy ball to join the goats backstage. Cornelius vanishes, and the machine powers off.
И чё?
That's amazing. You didn't just win. No one I know has ever beaten Gordy's goats. That is a monumental achievement, detective.
Да? Monumental achievement?
Congratulations, Your Highness. That was really impressive. The machine needs a good service before anyone else can even... Yes. Good times.
Once again, the machine becomes one with the dust and the darkness. Life has left it. Opioid receptor antagonist. Halt. Put down the pipe, scumbag. The narc is on the scene, and he's gonna tell it to you straight. Drugs are for losers. They fry your brain and rewire your circuits to self-destruct. And they make you masturbate too. Have a drink instead. Have 2. Have 3 bottles of wine. It's impossible to masturbate after 3 bottles of wine. And remember, friends don't let friends get high or be sober. Peace out, little brother.
Наркотики не дают положительных эффектов? Алкоголь не дает отрицательных эффектов. Да. Мда. Ну ладно. Наверное. -1 боевой дух, все. Ну, возможно, придется забыть эту мысль.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. The key fits the dimple lock. All these mesmerizing machines. Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the wall.
Some kind of inane pinball.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
You can't fire them up.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? No.
Так, а мне, кстати, не дадут здесь перекидать-то. Это ж мысль, а не проверка на автомате. То есть надо кидать 17%. Ну, в энциклопедию я явно не буду вкидывать ничего уже.
It's strange that he doesn't like pinball. Kim here is a Zeolite.
Us?
Stop.
Okay. I don't like pinball because I had to learn to play it for an undercover job at a pinball ring.
5 очков опыта.
Super. Tip top. This went pretty well, all things considered.
Ага. Да что еще-то?
Master Investigator. You just can't keep yourself away from locked
А,
up
это
in
плюс,
places, can you?
это
Attaboy.
хорошая мысль.
The world's secrets were made for
Охота, только экспы нету на нее. Это плюс лут. Плюс лут, и причем надо до того, как на тот берег идти ее заучить. Можно пока остановить эту штуку и поучить Grimrockскую охоту. Вот так сделаем.
The man ponders his cooking utensil.
It's you again. What is it?
Так, блин, я не переоделся. Секундочку.
It's you again. What is it? Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No,
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whole.
Конечно, конечно.
Nor did he say
Когда ты
anything
скажешь
about
ничего не было, то как бы никаких слов и никто не говорил. Это же так работает. Подходишь к человеку, оскорбляешь его, потом говоришь: для протокола я не оскорблял. И все, ничего не было.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. She's just in denial, asshole.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the...
his hands become fists.
And you went and pushed her.
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy.
Success. Titus backs off. Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fists down.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south,
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a kid. Show it to him, T. What's the Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man. What's on it? We call it the door. You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM. We have machines.
Understood? You've lit
Since way before their
Things got nice and quiet after that.
It's not advanced.
Don't put yourself down.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something.
I'm sure we can find a tape.
Where can I listen to this?
Yeah, play it with your ass.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a...
Your room had one. Or maybe it's too broken.
Но я в прошлый раз это не говорил, можно узнать, чего.
You don't care about evidence. Pixty. They don't care about getting... I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk. Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness. Yeah? What? You do that.
Окей. Так, с теми челами поговорим потом.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous.
Экспу дали зачем-то.
Hi. So what brings you here? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Convenient. Oh yes, let's see. He knocked on my door a few days after the lynching. I think he was going through the entire building, asking questions. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. Why shouldn't he? What friend? No, I don't think it came up. Muscular, handsome, strong. Yes, but he was speaking to someone up. Yes, you know those tiny just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Let me think. He sounded vaguely Oranese. No, not vaguely, scratch that. Sure. Anything else? You did? And how did you like him? Ah, shoot. Why not? A visitor from the first world to his opportunities in Occident. Or is it just money? I don't know. Friends, I told you. That he won't be there when times get tough, I guess. It is. On Sundays. He has keys. And he likes the view. To the sea, I mean. What about me, gendarme? Bye-bye, gendarme. Hi again, gendarme.
Could he be
Да
a
ладно.
member of the home? Yes, this man is definitely one of the homos. This sexual thing seems interesting. Ask him
Вообще
out.
не интересно.
Become involved.
The homosexual under... Why, yes, I am, officer. Why? Do you want to investigate?
Нет.
Well, I am one of them. One of the Sub Rosa pleasure group, congregating in cellars, or Thursday night. Sometimes, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the... Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. But do you also like... Because instead of the traditional family unit, we're going to have all this razzmatazz. And mysteries, of course, too. Sure thing, officer. What do you want to know next?
Эту думать мы не будем.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Так.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
Внушение.
hello, dear. There you are.
Понял.
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. I love those. Oh, okay, well...
He's really, really holding himself. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask.
Okay, what is back there? Ha! I knew it. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
Долю давай.
Those machines are whirling property, but it wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's... Yes?
Окей. Текс. Кстати, надо еще вот эту штуку. Так, во-первых, давайте взаимодействовать с ландышей.
6 crumbling petals rest on your palm.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Mabel's or Lucille's tears during the revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle. The revolutionaries, so the communers and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army. It's about girls and boys more than sight. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from this... Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel dry and fragile in your hand. Water flows under the channel bridge. Dark water. You rub your sides for warmth, but there is none. Inland, above the Martinez distributary, the channel that brought wastewater from the silk mills of Grimrock, and then dead bodies during the war. The wrinkled fingers of an old man crush flower petals, then sprinkle them in the stream like... Wait, have you noticed there's a war veteran playing a ball game on the plaza? You should ask him about the flowers.
О, хорошо. И вот
You
это
take the legal
сразу.
documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum. The youth center cuts into the ocean.
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size.
Да,
Cannot
здесь
say
мы
no
вообще
reason
ничего не
anything.
без этой,
It's not a
без
perfect
интеллектуальных способностей не можем. Но у меня есть, конечно, плюс 2 логики. Что-то я сомневаюсь, что это поможет. Даже плюс 3 логики.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to... There doesn't seem to be anything of interest here. No fine print. You're smart. You can read.
Пон. Я умный.
Vigilance officer? What can this old carabiner? I prefer the old name. Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck. It used to be. But the communards were fond of them too. Call them revolutionary flowers. You know what? No. They brought me misery, false hope, and disappointment.
You stirred up some bad memories there.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sold the ID for you, was it? She gave them to me too.
She must be the woman from that picture.
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston.
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. but I think you'll have to wait for at least a month.
It is such a pleasure to see you.
Так, мне бы колдомамадаку поймать. Мыслю. Но для этого надо эмпатию прокинуть на... Или внушение.
Is this about the questions again?
A colorful...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal spray.
Okay, here. Okay, here. Okay, here.
Так, еще давайте с этим челом побухтим. А как юзать? Первый раз была мысль поюзать, а теперь как юзать? Не понял. Может, клавиша какая-то есть? Типа на быстрые слоты? Все, здесь отображается, как его юзать. Кнопка 3. Жесть, как их юзать-то? Что за бред? Ну и чё, и в чем прикол? Сейчас, кстати, не отображается. Сейчас отображается. Попробуем погуглить. Работает, если нажимать не на саму иконку в нижнем правом углу, а на ее тонкую рамку. И чё? А, вон она мигает. Ой, охренеть, чтобы использовать, надо нажать под предметом, похоже. Потрясающе. Потрясающе просто, конечно, придумано. Ну, я заношу это в минус игре, однозначно. Кривой интерфейс. Трепет 14. Сумрак 10.
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. Should have just punched him in the throat again.
Wrong. You did the right thing with Measurehead. The ballerina antics won you the fight.
Let's talk about our right to work. Hell no. I'm just...
His neck muscles tense up. The veins on his neck bulge.
Fucking bug.
A punch is not imminent, but it's being cocked hard.
How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
There could be weapons aiming at us right now, somewhere above, in the buildings. The man's breathing steadies, but his eyes... It's hard to do that when you want to beat a man into a pulp instead.
Кто кого тут еще?
Don't think so.
Suddenly, this feels like a really, really bad idea. Silence. He takes the photo, hard as a stone, but
fucking loincloths really did him in. Yeah.
He's clenching his teeth. There is silent pressure behind them.
What it means. I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here? Our colonel is deep in the bush here.
Наш полковник такой говорит.
Bush in Benital, 41.
Типа, нет, я ничего не имею отношения.
He's on a reconnaissance mission. He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kept villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless.
With some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Our boy, he's only a captain then, but he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon. At dawn, he comes upon two kids, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know. But no, she was quite the entertainment. For the week she lasted, expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch.
Какие милые люди.
God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking ate them. Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach. There's a word on the tip of your tongue. Colorless, odorless. It's...
You bet it was. It's just nature. This guy, he used to say evil is when nature and spirit meet in the wrong place. No, I was in the domain, in Grimrock. Being fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. But...
Ты можешь ее забрать. Чё, позволь, я заберу фотокарточку. Давай обратно фотокарточку, а то рыло тебе набью. Где такой вариант? Почему ее нету?
Go ahead. All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
Зря бухали. Привет, Сибир. Слушайте, а может мы и эту откроем?
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand. You slip your finger. No. This is going to need some. If you want to try again.
Equip the prime.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has.
Похоже, вообще без шансов. Ну, типа, плюс 2 мы можем получить, но минус 8. Но минус 20 это вообще не вариант. Не перекинуть ничем. Ну да, провод отключить, мы получим плюс 2, я же говорю. Но все равно там будет минус 18. Здесь я не смогу добавить очки в трепет, так что мы покидаем 97.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die? Very good. That will be 7 real for one custom die. Here's your amber die.
There appears to be a small fly embedded within. It's like looking into a lost little world. A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
Didn't we already talk about this? What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guilain 10.
No, The old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
Где?
This doesn't make any sense. Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
Дымник.
And what? Does it mean that I'm safe from—
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces. She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the—
Do you know what this is? It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents.
Она говорила вначале, что ненавидит ювелиров.
I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan. No, you're right. I didn't. It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world you were supposed to try again and again. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney? Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or an entirely different world.
Как раз отношение к тому, что мы тут типа собираем свою жизнь по кусочкам.
But anyway,
О, новая мысль, фига.
theories, officer.
Прикольно. Так, это мы знаем, я проскроллю.
In a way, yes, you are.
Все найдем,
treasure
короче,
hunting.
вкратце.
Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the Grimrock Shuffle.
Никаких гарантий. Неудача для всех красных проверок. Фига себе, на 4 часа. Цель всей этой большой игры – победа. Отсутствие поражений по всем фронтам. Победа в деловых предприятиях и творческих проектах. Победа в любви над другими людьми. Политическая победа, идеологическая. Черт, даже победа в постели. Само собой, множество побед, связанных с предметами. Это иметь вещи и не терять их. Только вот есть одна проблема. Победителей что-то не видно. Все вокруг, как правило, проигрывают. Почему так? И как тебе не проиграть? Надо будет едкое эхо додумать вообще. Ее же можно остановить, если что? Можно. Что, надо не забывать останавливать. Пойдемте с плезанцией. Подполье идет лесом. Меня лично это не интересует. Так же, как и игрока. Так, я пнул его.
A thick layer of coal.
Все. Сейчас пойдем в ту сторону. Удостоверение искать свое.
Hello again, esteemed officer. Oh, I'm very sorry, sir.
She calls that customer service.
Понял, тут ничего нету после проклятия, типа.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Ну да, но не настолько другое, как бы. То есть мне даже не интересно, что там будет в сюжетной, скажем так, линии с этим персонажем, чтобы это пробовать.
Which book was it, sir? Oh, I'm very sorry.
Было бы интересно, но не интересно. О, открылось.
Wow, a very large. Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward. Smells like worn cotton. Worn cotton with a side of flea.
Sniffing is okay.
You're not imagining it. Photon emissions?
Hell yeah, man. I don't usually carry printed teas, but this one was... I wouldn't go so far as to say that most people don't think that the man from Yelmdale really... I mean, even if the man from...
Okay.
You sound skeptical. Besides, I've been to Kotla.
Very, very unique energies. Stop talking about this nerd stuff. It will make you weedy. Buy the damn shirt.
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
А куда я деньги дел? Кость игральную и... купил всякой фигни. Боевой дух.
But why? I suppose that makes sense, yes.
О.
Please go ahead and take...
Найс, сюда. Грубая сила требует минус 2 авторитета. Ладно, походим без авторитета пока. Зато трепета 15. Блин, слушайте, а под алкоголем можно вкачать же. Вкачать дополнительные 2 стата. Надо будет в следующий раз это сделать. Сейчас не хватит мне, конечно, 2 левела получить за это время.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and
Yes, officer.
his manner is casual, but his speech is careful.
It was brought to...
We are not here to investigate the theft of city. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
700 real.
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into buying trash.
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation well, there are the cost of removal and rewiring. The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light
The boomboxes on the shelf. One especially catches your eye. This is you. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
is the Harman Welshie W2, made in Vespa. Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with... Sorry, man. I can't be giving out freebies. A discount?
A man like that in a neighborhood like this, in a rickety house falling into the sea, there's fear in him. Careful. You can only do this once.
Ну как насчет 2 реалов?
No, not really. I expect momentous change at any moment. But it seems that you are. Fine. 4 realities.
Success. Sort of. Whatever
Вроде
gets the
того.
job done, right?
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go.
Так.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets.
Стиль одежды,
displayed on the
никаких
table.
ограничений, да.
Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet.
Секунду.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table.
А, погодите. Это вот так вот стиль одежды, никаких ограничений? А что тут синергирует? Типа перчатки, обувь и... Не знаю, футболка со штанами?
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets.
Или типа все с разных
displayed on the
комплектов?
table.
Да нет,
Some
вроде.
on horseback.
Непонятно.
Why? What's this? A headless...
Oh, that's the headless phone rider. The headless phone rider. 50 cents. Bargain priced. I'll throw in the tiny... Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky?
That was a very smooth salesman's grin. That all...
Так, попробуем на него посветить.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
Put the flashlight away, officer.
Фига, Ким тут мешает. Охренеть. Ну ладно.
Hello again. How can I help you?
У Роя странные цены.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward, a drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without...
Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
I was with the emergents. Had to take
Опять
Prolodon
читали,
for
я скроллю.
radiation.
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
A bad idea. We were an all-volunteer
Взорвался котел,
force.
они убирали последствия.
Self-org.
On the patch, gamma
Ну, в
radiation
смысле,
lines
атомный.
crossed with a tough son of a gun, this one. Respect.
Респект.
I lived by the river since I was There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. There's a reason why everyone... So much disappointment. And no one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear... The cleanup happened 15 years ago. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shit up. I like the theory more than the story.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Have you tried it before?
It's almost like he's worried for you. The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on... Go ahead then, he thinks. As long as you can walk straight, I don't care.
Так, а чем там?
Here you go, man.
Yes, darling. That's the coalition government ordained Prolodon. Not so sure about this. Because it's an anti-radiation drug, and you're a cop, not a post-apocalyptic scavenger.
Of course. Of course. It's in working order still, isn't it? Just pick your tape and set it spinning. I doubt it, but I can try and answer it. I do my best to keep my
No one likes to see what you have to see every day. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed.
Someone else came here earlier today.
What? Sold? The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
You...
With Kim here too? That just sounded really, really bad.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer, and I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. She didn't seem like a policeman. Although, truth be told,
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it? You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
My apologies, officer.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now.
Maybe. Shady-looking guys came in here. They went their way. It was...
Wait, then it might be true. Everyone's claims.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
Of course.
А я думал, кстати, тут минус этот боевой дух будет.
Sure thing. Sure, man.
Так, здесь тоже все. Перлидон. Ну, у меня сейчас пока мысль висит, которая типа наркотики не дает юзать. И не тот мы юзали, оказывается. Поехали на ту сторону. Получается отыгрывать копа? Конечно. Ну, в первом прохождении точно, а сейчас так. As much as I can. Ну, что-то мы, кстати, на третий день вообще уже почти все прокинули. С трупом, в смысле. И с трупом уже разобрались, и чуть ли не Руби уже ищем. Так что вполне. Колдомамадакова единственное, что... Почему так медленно-то? А, вот где галстук бабочка. Так, ну к Эврору можно будет сходить.
Banged up motor carriage lies Heartstone. It must be cold. The seawater has already...
It appears to be so. I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. The motor carriage is properly stuck. A single day in the salty seawater would ruin most vehicles. Rust, moss, and sea life. The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you...
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since...
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Объем двигателя восторжествовал над IQ водителя.
I did not. But I'd say it has been here since last Saturday or Sunday. Let's wait for the low tide. I don't know. An hour or...
13:55, по-моему, час там.
As you sit down in the old rust, the hinges creak under nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea. Spit flies from your mouth to your moustache, your chest, the ground before you.
Raining heavily here, Chief. Mind keeping it down a bit?
The lieutenant must think it's rather funny. He smiles and quickly turns away. With his lips puckered, the lieutenant lets out a beautiful, melodic trill that puts even the insulindic thrush. You hear the sound echo on the large body of water. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
I'm pretty sure I told you already, didn't I? My dad and mom are both half Servite.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
Я 30 минут об этом говорил, типа.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the
Нифига,
environment.
кстати,
30 more
часа.
minutes pass.
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since you...
Yes. Why haven't you?
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices. Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
Уровень в иерархии подпольных стритрейсеров, очевидно.
A precinct, yes.
A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most you feel like you're about to faint and fall off the swing. Oh God, Harry. Oh God, Harry.
Ну,
what
лишняя
did you
была.
do? No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal. Of whom? I don't think so.
Probably. Try definitely.
Definitely.
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point. That is very unlikely. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it's... Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, people are more valuable than machines. Training...
People, yes, but not you.
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of...
The lieutenant there is also a fourth thing you've... More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage.
We can still do that. Besides, the night is always darkest before...
Ну, -1 боевой дух и все. Нормас.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
Забираем свое удостоверение. И мундир командира. Так, но мы в трепет будем. Нам мундир командира не нужен.
A police badge on which you see the photo.
At least something good came out of all this.
Изучить удостоверение, уйти, изучить удостоверение, уйти, изучить удостоверение, уйти, изучить...
Encased between two durable, you see a photo, a name, or the man keeps winking at you. Good choice. And you have 8, maybe 10 years. What do you think? His face is already contorted, but it looks better on him because he isn't in as much pain. Don't be fooled. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Harrier. That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. It's a wartime name. Revolutionary.
It's meant to keep you safe. From bullets, hunger, shrapnel, kidnappings, and worse.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer. The badge in your hands shines as...
Lieutenant W. Freighter. The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant. The title of Freighter is added to your rank. There are many reasons. One, and sometimes they just prefer the title.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
Décomptage is the hierarchical system. The lowest rank is junior officer. Kings like satellite officers and the additional Freighter rank I already explained. You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite. No, I've been putting up with you because despite it matters more than driving your motor carriage into the sea.
He trusts you, for now. Try not to spoil it. Such a small yet precious...
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Grimrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers throwing there for good
Там
measure.
что-то в риторике или в чем-то в прошлый раз он говорит, что это не просто для красоты. Цифры.
4 months ago. A new badge usually comes with a new rank.
The pain in your chest tells you you were working yourself to... The case created a lot of edge you have to take off. A lot can happen in 4 months.
I remember that time! That was a good time! We had a good work-drink balance going! What happened, man? Pump it up!
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. It's a tough station to work in.
It's no wonder you are like you are.
But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too.
He knew all those people, although the badge in your hand shines as you...
Отлично. Так, теперь пока не забыл, давайте позвоним. Не буду уже ждать, наверное, этого пистолета. Я забыл.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out, the white suede. Your fingers waste no time closing around the handle. Clutch disengaged. Release the handle. Clutch drops. Right foot yearns for the familiar. You feel an uninterrupted connection to the mechanic. After a while, you realize silence is your own. Of course, it's only in your head. The smell of freshly treated leather. I'm good, cherished and cared for. In the hand at the bottom of the sea.
Да сейчас-то чего?
So strange. The machine is not on the bottom because it's lonely, just like you. The handle is pulled back. Somewhere deep inside in the cabin, you see a set of steering levers. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator...
No, that's enough fun with the foldable headlamp.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
А, теперь нельзя звонить в 41-й. доложиться, типа, уже нельзя. Я думал доложить, что у меня все хорошо.
Just a second. Sylvie Manet. Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? Well, I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective?
Проверить показания классе в скобочках появилось.
No, not me. Okay.
You hear the call
Anything else I can add you? 57.
in the cabin. You
Ладно. Зачем мне камеру отодвинули обратно? Амфетамины, пептид. Просто стакается количество применений. А почему раньше я их не видел здесь, интересно? Штонишки. Эти три мне не нужны. Только на типа, возможно.
Welcome to the fishing village. Please lean in.
Then how does she know you're here?
I still have a golden ear. Oh, welcome.
We are not here to cut.
Trouble? Say the second thing, Bratan. Shows you got style.
Oh, of course. Last time we saw you around here was... No, not you, but he was boarding. The usual.
That's you, all right. A black hound licking your own heels.
Maybe they are, because you're an ill omen. But I'm sorry there's not a lot of room to park them. Look at me ramble on. What brings you to us? Me? No one. Now it's your turn. What a handle you got there. So many titles. One of them, stay. Who's that said? If lodgings is what you're looking for, I won't charge you for it. Take it as a just. No one is using it, and God knows it's not much anyway. You can stay there. Oh, don't. It's your choice. No skin off my teeth. My kids grew up and left like they do. Aye. The room is pretty bare bones. but it's got a bed and roof over it. That's more than some folks have around here.
Связь с пролетариатом. Не знаю, почему надо говорить про Кипта, но типа ревашольское гостеприимство, мы вроде отыгрываем этого ревашольца истинного, так что...
Go ahead. Call people rude things. We've heard worse.
Резко.
Now, are you interested? Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the fleet.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to...
Just us. This is pretty much a non-place. A gap. A blank spot on the... Over there you can find...
Between here and Grimrock, a dusty sea of old trees, all covered in industrial soot.
An old military hospital and its surroundings. After the war, it was turned into a Goodwill hospital for... Now the area is crisscrossed with nameless streets. The Goodwill ran out. The staff left and the place was shut down. It's long gone, but well... There's Lillian, and then there's the drum. Sooner or later, you'll see. Here, for you, no officer.
She nods, rinsing another.
Not much. Some things just don't...
So, they don't hold...
No, we've tried, but things just keep happening. Crime, accident. Before you get to the church, there's some... I don't know exactly. Of note, the old fish market up on the... No one. Now, what? You're one of those real used to be a supply depot. And now you know everything there is to know about this coast.
Так, пока с конвертом не будем. Может быть, получится там все-таки прокинуть.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope.
Хотя я не уверен, что я буду на плюс логику кидать. Так, что там по времени? 40. Ботиночки. Давайте с этой еще поговорим.
Hi, officer.
С мечом, кстати, так и непонятно, что делать. А, нет, стоп, подождите. Мы же в зубы лошади меч вставляли для лучшей радиосвязи. Как и всегда, я закон.
You've graduated to Lawbringer now?
Всем раз сказать, что ты закон. Ачивка. Ну да, слушайте, был закон, теперь законодатель, все в порядке.
Men with authority have their quirks. Comes with never being second-guessed about anything. So what brings you here?
Новая мысль. Хорош. Вершитель закона.
A fishing village on the seashore. The sign on the street leading here is illegible. The name is Lillian. People...
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Отличный меч.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's to intimidate folks, mostly. It's a regular mass-produced sword, from time to time, people need a lesson in respect. No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals. What makes you think we haven't? That goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend.
That does not go for real men. It does not go for you. Show her the wonder.
sure. It looks as if you could face down any horror in the world with that same unchanging grin.
The traces of her laughter are still there. In her...
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Others were more thick-headed. And one of them, I guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why the men?
Gone.
The harbour seawall endures the wash of the freezing waves. Many things wash up against it and onto the beaches of Revachol. Some inanimate, some just no longer alive. You shudder.
Разбился о дамбу, что ли?
To the waves. The sea took him. It was a long time ago. Who knows? Maybe he fell over. He didn't respect the sea. Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss...
She really likes those muscles, though. It's in the way she pronounces sinewy.
Us working folk don't have the luxury to be beds. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very... She looks like she's ready to go on a date with another, better, drunk...
Do it! Hit on the widow! It's the right thing to do!
-6, -1. О, плюс, кстати, от кости. Янтарный, от кости.
Let's see. Who, I don't think I know what these are. Aha! Like snow. 2 odd guys have been wandering around here. Nosing sand. Right. Not only... I don't really know. Further down the peninsula. Yeah, I'm not really looking for that anymore. Not much in... Wish I could help you with that, but I haven't seen your working class... Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care... I sell the fish to people in the delta. Sometimes I also walk to the beach to...
This is what is called a conversation. You don't have to be guarded right now.
Wood, pieces of glass, bottles, drugs also, lost cargo in gen...
Mines. Mines. You need mines.
Ну, в прошлый раз я, по-моему, про мины и спросил. Ну, сейчас мы как будто бы про наркотики.
Don't have any. Those get cleaned out so fast, even the local bums...
You could use a hit right about now. Any hit, really.
He's right, Bratan! You're descending and you need to climb higher! Soar on the wings of your spirit hawk! Or just do a line! Whatever, right? Not a biggie!
Sure is. The sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry, assuming the sunny days continue. Oh? Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Ок. С конвертом, как я говорил, пока не будем. Хорошенечно. Бля, мне нужно вершитель закона додумать. Никаких гарантий, едкое эхо. И надо будет забывать, видимо, антагониста. Ну, не знаю, может быть, суперзвезду. Новые мысли, прикольно. Но вот это вот как будто вообще бесполезно. Типа, ну, алкоголь не дает минус дух, который лечится просто магнием. Ну, такое прохладное. И еще мне нужно 2 левела, чтобы трепет до 15 докинуть. Ну, или хотя бы до 14. Кстати, наверное, до 14 нормально будет. Чтобы 20-ку прокидывать. Вот. Ну, пока что сейф. And exit. Продолжим в следующий раз. Небольшой получился диск Elysium. сегодня. Я не знаю, может быть, к ночи еще подрублю. Ну, то есть сейчас у меня немножко дел. К ночи возможно, но не точно. Но, скорее всего, завтра днем продолжим пробежечку. Эдорчик вчера был. Эдор следующий будет к выходным. Что-нибудь в районе субботы, наверное. Много не бывает. Ну, на самом деле, наверное, бывает, если он стопово играть. Там устанешь одно и то же плюс-минус делать-то. Мне кажется, он должен так в небольших дозах играться. Ну, пару раз в неделю, типа, окей. Чаще, наверное, совсем неправильно. Вот. Ладненько. Спасибо, что смотрели. Подписывайтесь, чтобы не пропустить. Один спасибо тем, кто решит поддержать. И до завтрачка. Пока.